Hey there. I know that we talked about a ton on your presentation. And so one of the things that I think makes sense to reiterate is where that total investment amount comes from when you're looking at the single sheet. So in this case, I'm just using iPhone as an example, but as a reminder, what we talked about, you'll see here that the basic sheet, logo on top, information about the brand, some videos if you want to go down a rabbit hole and get some more information is all there. But right now on that initial investment for iPhone, total investment is going to be $242 to $739. That's a big swing. And we think, okay, Lise, how much is it going to cost me to get into this business? And we're going to get there. Remember, the total investment in the gray box is going to come straight from the item 7. That's a real number. Not that cash investment isn't a real number, franchise fee isn't a real number, but the total investment is coming straight from item 7. Cash investment is the franchisor saying, remember, how much cash do the franchisees need generally to get into this business in a single unit? And it's going to be a little bit gray because the cash can be, is it from your 401k? Is that what the down payment is going to be? It reads like a deposit to the franchisor, and that's not the case. Anyway, the total investment to get into the iPhone business has this big swing, $242 to $739. Now, we've talked about this. Like if you're in a smaller market, then you're probably going to be on the lower end. If you're doing a single unit, you're probably going to be on the lower end. If you're in Manhattan, Dallas, you might be on the higher end because those places are just more expensive to do business. But let's talk about what else once you get that item 7 and it's broken down. So what's going to happen is, say you come back and you say, I really want to learn more about this business. I'm going to connect you with the brand, or you have a lot of questions. I'm going to connect you with the brand. So once you talk with the brand and have a call or two, you're going to get the FDD, franchise disclosure document. We talked about that. It's 250 pages, lawyers talking to lawyers. I have iPhone's FDD up, and you're going to see that's where their total investment range is. Once you want the details for that, you're going to go to the estimated initial investment, item 7. The item 7 breaks down where that total investment is coming into play. Franchise fees included, insurance, there's a range, $3,000 to $5,000. Tuition fee is for their kind of specific training, especially if you're bringing a manager. That's not going to change. That's a solid number. But even travel and living expenses. Are you close to Omaha, or are you going to have to take a flight and want to stay in a nicer hotel? That's going to cost you a little bit more money. There's some range there. Here's their opening package of just the equipment that you're going to need. But here's a big, like, initial inventory, 0 to 125. If you want to fund that initial inventory, then you're going to want to get a little bit bigger of a loan, but that's $125,000 swing. Here's another big one, vehicles. Are you leasing trucks or are you going to trucks? There's a $200,000 swing. So anyway, guys, once you get the item 7, you're going to get the details behind that total investment. They're going to break it down for you. And these are real numbers. These are franchisees that have gone before you. They're using that information. They have priced everything out. They know how much the vehicle reps are, the leases, that type of thing. And you're going to get the real numbers. You're going to get where the swings are, where the actual amounts are. There's going to be notes. In this case, this particular brand includes 12 months of marketing, right, inside of the notes. So that business is going to basically have a longer runway to make money. They're also going to have that 3 months of working capital built in. If you're someone that's going to quit your job and you're going to need to pay yourself a little bit to cover living expenses, you're going to pay yourself as a manager, or you're going to pay a manager before that business starts making money to get them trained. You're going to need some working capital there, okay? Everything's explained in the notes. But remember that gray box, once you're ready for the details, you're going to get that from franchisor in their item 7. So I just wanted to kind of reiterate that. Again, if you're going for funding too, cash investment is not the deposit. So total investment in the business, if you want to go and get a loan for that, if it's a non-food brand, you're usually going to need 20% of the total investment. That can come from your 401k if it's not attached to the position that you intend to keep, or it can come, cash, check, all of that type of thing, and we can get into that. But 20% of your total investment is usually the down payment if you want to get funding. So I just kind of wanted to reiterate that because I know we went through so much on our last call. I hope that helps. Talk to you soon.